Linda.
And I'm Vicky.
And we are Partners in Crime.
Plus two.
So we do have some guests today. We have Keith and Marjorie. So we thought that they'd like to sit down with us and talk about some crime stuff.
Great,
and we wanted to get free wine.
And free wine, yes.
Anything for free wine.
Yes.
Yep.
But anyway, I just wanted to introduce our wine today. It's Bloody Merlot and there's a subtitle here that says "From the Land of Bloodsuckers." So it is appropriate, and it's extra appropriate because of Halloween coming up. Hopefully you can see the bottle. It's really cool. This wine, believe it or not, was made in Romania. And they talk about Transylvania. I never knew there was really a place called Transylvania, but apparently, I don't know if it's still called that now, but apparently they're picking up on that for the theme of the wine.
Yep.
So we're going to give it a try. Linda, you can have the honors.
Okay.
We should toast to Vlad the Impaler. He was a...
Is that who was
He's the one they named Dracula after. He was a king. He was like a prince.
So you get some history with our video today.
Yeah, in Romania, Vlad the Impaler.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He fought against he was kind of like a hero because he fought against like the Russians and the Turks and something like that.
And this is a Merlot, right?
Check.
Is that what you said, Vicki?
Yeah, it is a Merlot. So
there's Christopher.
It's on the dry side.
There you go. You're welcome.
So we're gonna taste it and let you know. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let me give you a tap.
Okay.
Cheers, Linda. Oh, you already started.
Yeah.
Oh, cheating. Getting a head start.
This is a very good Merlot. I'm not the biggest Merlot person, but I do like this.
Actually, it's pretty
nice.
good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very good.
Very mild.
It's not bad.
It's mild, a little bit of sweetness, so
Yep.
that's why I like it.
So, there you go.
Okay. What are we doing first, Linda?
Well, I think since Keith and Marjorie are here, they wanted to talk about the Netflix documentary Don't F with Cats. So that's what we're going to start off with. Do you want to start us off, Keith or Marjorie?
Okay, so, well, the title's kind of deceiving because I actually thought it was about cats. Because I got two cats and I thought it was like about a cool cat story, how cats are hunters or they're like, anyway. So, but no, it ended up, the cat part of it is because this person brutalized some cats, and then there's this whole, there's this whole internet mantra or unspoken law where if you mess with cats online, people are going to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Right.
And and it's serious. There are people that do it. So that's how it started with that title.
Right. There's like a whole community of people.
Whole community, online community of people that don't, and it's mainly about animal torture, but for some reason cats.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why it's cats though, but you would think dogs would be the more popular one.
It would be the more popular, but there was a scene where he
did have.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, I know.
We're getting
I'm just
further
wondering why.
into the series, but there was an issue with a dog as well.
Oh yeah.
He was really sadistic and crazy.
Right.
So what happened was when it first started, there was a video, like Keith said, online, and this person, and you do see his face. Do you initially see his face in the video?
Kind of.
His side profile. He takes two little kittens, and they must have been, they probably wouldn't have been away from their mother because they were pretty little.
Yeah.
And he took these cats, and you see him put them in a plastic vacuum sealed bag, and then you do hear the vacuum. So thank God in the video you don't see it actually, right?
At first, you don't.
No.
No.
It's very hard to watch.
Right.
So just a warning if anyone wants to go and take a look at it. The beginning is very hard to watch because you're not sure what they actually will show you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And, it's just amazing how many people are fooled by that title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because people thought it was going to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of the title.
Yeah.
And,
And even the way it starts off, they're interviewing that woman. She works in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
it's really actually the thing's well done. The way they lead you into it,
Right.
and
then the other gentleman, it was John Smith, was it?
Yeah.
Was an alias.
Yeah.
That wasn't his real name, right?
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was her alias? Do you remember?
Bodie.
Boda?
Yeah, I think it was Bodie.
Bodie.
Yeah.
Bodie
It was-
Moon.
Bodie Moon,
Yes.
right.
Bodie Move.
Move.
I thought it Moon.
It was probably Move. I'm thinking Move.
I
but
think it's
probably
like
Move.
it was a song from the
Yeah, that's right.
that
Okay.
band.
I didn't
Yeah.
know the song, so
Yeah.
yeah, Bodie Move.
But,
Okay.
like Booty Move or something.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like, yeah.
But these characters, these two people we're talking about, they were the ones who started their investigation. Is that right?
Right.
Yes.
But the little video goes viral, and it's basically because the guy that made it, Luca, he starts putting it out there because he's doing it for attention, right?
Yeah.
And so, right, and then they start trying to track him down. They make it their mission. These people got full-time jobs, right? And they're working. But then they got their mission at night. They're on the computer tracking this dude down. And they made a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And there was like 30,000 people in it within like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how this all started, and that's how it came about. Then once that happened, they didn't really know who this person was. Then after the second video, is that when they did find out what happened in the second video? It was another cat, right, on a stick?
One was a cat on a stick taped up, and they drowned him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And then
that
there was
was
the one, I don't know where was the one he fed it to a snake too.
that was
Oh.
the third video. So
Okay.
this guy made 3 videos within probably a couple months,
Yeah,
I
it was a very
believe.
short time.
And the first one was the 2 kittens in the vacuum bag, and I know this is so hard to listen to. Then you had the cat that was on a stick, and he did put it was taped to the
Bathtub.
stick, and he put it in the bathtub and drowned the cat. The third cat was, he had a boa constrictor on his bed, and the little kitten was there, and the boa
Ate it.
Yeah.
get
Absolutely,
the cat.
yeah.
So,
Ugh.
so these people are just, every time something would bing on their update or whatever, they were
Right.
like, oh no, what's going on now? What's going to happen?
I gotta say, in the show, they did a real good job of making it dramatic.
Yes.
It was like you were getting that bing. The way they did it, they showed the computer screen and the little red thing light up.
Yeah.
It made you feel like it was you that was in it.
Yeah,
That's
you were really
well
engaged
done.
watching
It was
that.
a well done documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, what's interesting is that the Luca, the guy that did this stuff, and the people that were after him, they started basically making a relationship with each other, right? They're looking for him, and he's looking for attention, and he's feeding them little, right? It's like, and then all of a sudden, they're connected.
Right.
All these people online, especially the 2 in the movie, and then this guy's actions are just like linked together, and
Right.
nobody can get out of it.
Right.
And he is posing as someone else online and sending them messages as someone else.
Right. He joined the group as an alias, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And what about Luca? So they find out about who this person is, and who was Luca?
Well, Luca was a young man who was very narcissistic, I guess is the
Yeah,
word.
to put it lightly, yeah.
He was very into his appearance, and after a while, you got to see more of him.
Mm-hmm.
But these 2 people Brody and John were able to track him by clues they were getting in the videos.
Right, the cigarette pack.
A cigarette,
It was amazing how they were able to figure out it came from North America. Right?
The street signs, the signals.
The street signs. That's how they knew. They found out where he lived from the street signal. Yeah.
And other things like the receptacles on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
They were analyzing every
everything.
tiny, and they actually took the videos and they made them into still pictures, thousands of them.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there drilling through them, looking for any tiny thing. I mean, that's just an amazing commitment these people put together.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was sure glad they did because I don't know about you, but I was really mad at him. And it was it was really hard to take.
And they did notify the authorities once they figured out who this person was. So they notified the authorities, and this was in Canada. Actually, they were in the United States. Luca was in Canada. So he was in Montreal, and then he went to Quebec.
I thought it was Vancouver and Montreal, but
okay. So he was in Canada, and I remember this. Bodie is her name?
Yeah, Bodie moves.
She actually got a video from Luca showing her casino where she worked at. So that was freaking her out, which was amazing. I don't know. I don't think he was actually there from after watching it, but he did get footage. So she was very concerned about that.
Right.
They did notify the authorities, and they were very concerned that after this, the killing of the 3 cats, that why won't he move on to a person? So
there was another person who, his sister was a psychologist or something, and he got to talk about it for a minute and was saying that his sister said, if he's doing this, it's a precursor, right?
It's like a progression,
to moving on to people,
right? And they were saying that it's like most of the time this is what happens,
right?
Yeah, people start with animals,
and that's a big clue or a big warning sign for people that torture animals. It's like they're dangerous to people.
Right, exactly.
What that was interesting is that if we rewind the tape when we were talking about that today, is that how he started off was that he was trying to become a model. So he was trying to get attention that way.
Right.
You see how once he was rejected from the modeling thing, it seemed like all the killing of the cats and all that came out very quickly right after that. Just because of all that rejection that he faced and I think he was trying to be able to find an outlet to get some attention in any way, and once that didn't work, it was kind of defaulted, I think, him to that place of being the negative attention. About the killing.
Right. Yeah.
And then they also had his mother on. I don't know which episode that was in, whether it was the first or later. But his mother was in such denial over his being anything like he was, and it was kind of, I felt very sorry.
And you would expect that from a mother. I mean, your own kid. I mean, it's like
it's hard to take.
It's like a survival mechanism at that point.
To swallow.
I can't admit.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially if you have your child saying, no, that's not me. You know me. I wouldn't have done this. This person. So he does wind up saying somebody made him do this. It wasn't him that actually thought to do this. Someone made him do this. So, that's where a mother would have a hard time.
Yeah, he was convincing. And for a little bit in the video, it kind of does convince you, like, maybe there was someone else in the video. Maybe someone was kind of controlling him and making him do it.
Well, I know.
Well, and he's like a master manipulator when he wants to be,
Right.
That's the amazing. I would like to find out, well, I really wouldn't, but how was this guy getting money? I know he was some kind of, male escort. But I wonder what that world was like. And wasn't he getting satisfactory attention doing that? I would think he's a young person. I'm assuming in that world, he would be getting a lot of attention.
But it's not worldwide attention. So there's a difference between being in a certain you know,
right. I suppose
being big in some industry, but not the whole world knowing who you are.
Yeah, so that's very private.
Right. It's kind of hidden. Yes.
Hidden,
yeah. I guess if you got a thirst for that, and that's the other piece is that he was a big movie buff, and he actually was following a lot of these kind of scripts that were come out of these slasher movies and stuff. Right. He was using clues. He would have this stuff. Posters on the wall from different Humphrey Bogart, other crime movies and whatnot.
Right.
He kind of tied this all in, which is amazing how he's so intelligent, right?
Right.
And so I guess creative, you can say, in a diabolical way, right? And it's like too bad he couldn't do something good with it, right?
What was the one movie? Basic Instinct? Was that the Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas? He really loved that movie. His mom even said that.
Yeah, he hired that lawyer and convinced him that someone was making him do it, using him. And
he was obsessed with that film.
Yes.
And you see more clues about that in the third, I believe it's the third episode. They really get into his obsession with that movie.
Right.
And how he adopts it
to his life. He lived the movie.
Yeah,
he basically produced his own movie.
Exactly.
It's like Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
And he basically, kind of like the Truman Show, he lived in his own movie in a way. But I looked on YouTube. There's tons of other videos that you can watch, like Canadian news videos about this crime and whatnot. But and then that's the thing that pulls you in because you're trying to figure out this person in your mind, right? Isn't that the interest of true crime? Because you in your mind are trying to figure out this reality that seems like either bizarre or horrific, and you're trying in your mind wrestle with it and figure it out. Like what makes this guy tick? Why is he doing this?
Exactly.
And I don't know if there's ever a good answer.
Probably not.
There's never a good answer. It's a it's a pathology that has no logical conclusion to it other than just acting out a pathology.
Yeah. And what was the other thing I was going to say about the clues? Oh, and the money. He, as an escort, he must have made a lot of money because he traveled all over the world. And they were tracking him.
And he had all this surgery. I didn't realize that until I watched the YouTube things, but he had all this cosmetic surgery.
Did he? I didn't know that.
His face, his hair transplants.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I'm sure but there were also pictures of him gallivanting all over the world. We find out that he actually photoshopped himself onto these photos. So
it was both and though. He did travel around the world. He photoshopped them.
Yeah.
And then he made fan pages to himself. And then he created all these fake internet where he was his own fan, making comments about himself. And then I guess it was in that first part where there was that it was a couple that murdered all these teenage, and then he created this false rumor that he was involved with this woman, this blonde woman. I don't remember
the most hated woman in Canada, apparently. I'll find it and I'll put a picture and the name on the screen.
Called up this radio show, or we went to a newspaper. He went
to the news, actually, the news studio.
Right. And then he interviewed saying that he was, and it was all made up. It was just to get attention.
So he said that he was involved with her and it ruined his life when in reality he was never involved with this woman.
That's why they rejected him from all these modeling companies.
And
he couldn't get any jobs now.
Because of this woman. Actually, this is what he was trying to get jobs from.
He actually was rejected, and then he created up the story of rejection. It's just amazing what the human mind does. It's amazing.
It sure is. But he was really a piece of work, and I don't know exactly when they found out his name. Do you remember that?
Well, but that wasn't his real name.
Right, he changed it.
He made that name up.
Yeah.
He changed his name. His name was like Eric Barnes or something.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
simple.
yeah.
A real simple name.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. They don't tell you that in
The
the show.
very end.
No.
They never tell you in the show.
No, that's right.
Because remember, I kept saying, there's
Yep.
no way that's his real name. Because that's like a porn star name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Newman. It was Eric Newman.
It's Eric Newman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Seinfeld. But it's just such a very plain name.
Right.
And then he makes up this name, which is like
Luca
Rocco Magnato, which is
Okay.
like a total fantasy name.
Right.
Right.
But he did go to court to change it.
That's his legal name. It was his legal name, correct.
Right.
Yeah.
But what a name, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anything for attention. This
Yeah.
guy, that's what he lived
Right.
by, to get attention.
That was what it was all about, and he didn't care how he got it.
No.
Yeah, and it's like a childlike mind, you know, because, right?
Yeah.
Because children are capable of doing things for attention, and right?
Yeah.
And live in a pretend world, and then we learn or get conditioned or whatever it is, we get taught, right?
Exactly.
And then we become old grumpy people. He
might, but we're not.
And then we become Republicans. Then we become Republicans.
I don't want to get into that one.
I'm just saying. Hey, it's part of the process. Either that or we become like Luca, so we have to become Republicans at some point. I don't care. You might be till you're 90, but you're going there.
He doesn't know this won't be in the video, but
But look at all the laughs it's getting. I thought too is that, I mean, one of the things is, other than, kind of regurgitating the story, the things that come up in you, like what came up in me was, number one, there's no way that's that guy's name. I said that early on. And you were saying, what's his name? What's his name? I'm like, there's no way. And
but
then
they
the other
were
thing
both
is,
right.
how does he get this money? They were both right.